Welcome back to the cutting board. Hummus is a very popular way to get protein into your diet for someone who lives plant-based. Now, the thing about hummus is you don't have to make traditional hummus. You can do things that fulfill the same requirements as hummus from different ingredients. And I want to introduce you today to black lentils. In this case, they're called black beluga lentils. I think it's because they're supposed to look a little bit like caviar, but this is what they look like when they're raw, when they haven't been cooked yet. The thing about these lentils is they are amazingly packed with protein. And generally they don't need a pre-soak. So you can cook them without soaking. Soaking them is going to make it a little bit easier to cook, but these particular lentils, you don't really need to do a pre-soak on them. So what I've done here is to make my hummus, I've taken the black lentils and I've combined them with beets to cook at the same time. So for about every cup of lentils that you use, you're going to use 2.5 cups of water for each cup of lentils. And you're going to add to that mixture, for every about cup of lentils, you're going to do 2 to 3 regular sized beets, medium sized beets. And you're going to let that cook together. They're going to cook in the same water, and they're going to absorb each other's flavors. Cook however much you want. When we actually make the recipe here, we're going to be using 2 cups of this finished mixture. So that's actually how the recipe starts. It's pretty simple. Everything takes place right in your food processor. So we're going to start out with 2 cups. You'll notice most of the liquid that you use is actually going to get absorbed. I'm going to put in 2 cups of this lentil and beet mixture in here. I made a little bit more than I needed to. And I'm just going to put in just a touch more with the liquid. To that, I'm going to add a clove of garlic. Don't overdo it on the garlic on this recipe. I know there's like garlic hummuses, but in this one, too much counteraction with the beets. So we've got our garlic in there. I need a spatula just to spread that around a little bit more evenly. And then from there, we're going to be adding a couple more liquids. Now, we're looking for something that's really tart in this recipe. So we're actually going to be putting in 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. And you can actually add a little more if you like. And if we find that it needs a little bit more liquid during the production of the hummus, we're just going to add a little bit more of the lemon to it because we actually want it to be pretty tart. To that, 3 tablespoons of lemon, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to that mixture. It's going to also help us with giving it a more balanced flavor, a more even flavor. And from there, salt to taste. Generally about half a teaspoon is going to work in something like this. And then 1 of the last 3 ingredients in our hummus. 1 of our chicken flavor seasoning. You can actually get the recipe for how to make that right here. 1 tablespoon of that. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And 1 tablespoon of onion powder. We're going to take all these ingredients and we're going to combine them in the food processor. Now, here's a little thing in the food processor. We want to combine them, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to liquefy this. You want it to get to the consistency of a hummus. So a little bit thicker. Don't over mix this. But pretty much we've got our ingredients here. If we see that we need a little bit more liquid, we'll just add a little bit more lemon juice to it to get that really tart flavor that we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and make our hummus. Just going to check that, make sure that we've got a consistency. It's almost there, still a little bit chunky, so we're just going to keep working here. One more thing before we're ready. We want to check it. We want to actually see if it's going to be the right flavors for us. So don't worry, I'm not going to double dip this time. So we're going to just check it. We've got the right consistency and we've got the right flavor. We're definitely ready to eat. So you got a great dish now. It has a lot of different uses. You can use it as a spread, but you're probably going to use it like hummus, like a dip. You can use vegetables, crackers, all those kind of things. It has a very strong flavor. It's very tart, but here I'm using it with jicama. And because it's really good for you and it's so full of protein, you can eat as much as you like. When you eat it with vegetables that you haven't done anything with them, raw vegetables, you get that great crunch, great flavor. You do it with crackers and however you like. Really great source of protein. If you're on a plant-based diet, join us again on the cutting board for more great recipes just like this.